One of the most common questions homeowners ask when they're thinking about selling is pretty simple. How much is my home worth? And the answer most people expect is a number. But the reality is that a home's value isn't determined by just one thing. It's determined by a combination of factors that come together at a specific moment in time. So today I want to explain what actually determines a home's value and why understanding these factors can make a big difference when you're deciding when and how to sell. The first and most obvious factor is location. Two homes that are nearly identical can have very different values depending on where they're located. School districts, neighborhood reputation, proximity to shopping or transportation or both, and even street appeal can influence how buyers perceive a property. Buyers often start their search based on location first and the home itself second. That's why location tends to set the baseline for value before buyers even walk through the door. The second major factor is comparable sales, often called comps. These are recently sold homes that are similar in size, condition, and location. Buyers and their agents look closely at these sales to determine whether a property feels priced appropriately. If similar homes nearby recently sold for a certain range, buyers naturally use that as a reference point when evaluating your home. But comps aren't just about matching square footage. Condition, upgrades, layout, and even lot characteristics can influence how comparable a property truly is. That's why interpreting comparable sales requires more than just looking at numbers. It requires context. Another important factor is the competition currently on the market. Buyers rarely evaluate a home in isolation. Instead, they compare it to other properties available at the same time. If several similar homes are available in the same price range, buyers will naturally compare features, condition, and presentation before deciding which one offers the best value. This means that active listings help shape how buyers perceive pricing. A home's value isn't determined in a vacuum, as we've talked about. It's determined in relation to what else buyers can choose from right now. Market conditions also influence value. Interest rates, inventory levels, and buyer demand all affect how quickly homes sell and how aggressively buyers are willing to compete. In a strong seller's market with limited inventory, buyers may feel pressure to act quickly. In a balanced or slower market, buyers often take more time, compare more homes, and negotiate more carefully. This doesn't necessarily change the inherent quality of a home, but it does influence how buyers behave, and that behavior ultimately affects pricing outcomes. Condition and presentation also play a significant role. Two homes with identical floor plans can perform very differently depending on how they show. Cleanliness, natural light, maintenance, and overall presentation affect how buyers emotionally experience a property. Buyers often make judgments pretty quickly. If a home feels well maintained and move-in ready, buyers tend to feel more confident, making strong offers. If it feels neglected or overwhelming, they begin calculating the cost of improvements. These calculations often influence what they're willing to pay. Many homeowners also look at online estimates when trying to determine value. While those tools can provide a rough range, they don't always capture the nuances of a specific property. Online models can't evaluate how a home feels when you walk through it. They can't assess upgrades, layout flow, or presentation. And they can't account for how buyers are reacting to current listings in real time. So while automated estimates can provide a starting point, they rarely tell the full story. One more element people often overlook is timing. A home's value isn't static. It reflects what buyers are willing to pay at a particular moment based on available inventory, interest rates, and overall demand. That's why the same property can perform differently depending on when it is listed. Timing doesn't override fundamentals like location or condition, but it does influence how those factors interact within the market. So when someone asks, what is my home worth? The answer isn't just a number. It's the result of several moving pieces: location, comparable sales, competition, market conditions, and presentation. Understanding how those pieces work together can help homeowners make more informed decisions when they're thinking about selling. Because in real estate, value isn't just calculated, it's interpreted within the market at that moment in time. Take care.